Hello, welcome to the online introduction to SAT. Now, if I'm talking about SAT, it's a test which probably most of you would already know. Let's go on to and quickly have a review of what all you know. It's a standardized test for taking admissions into college in US. It was introduced in 1926. Now, when I say 1926, of course, old time. So, as we can already make out that since 1926, it had gone through a lot of changes. So, even if I'm talking about the name, it was earlier known as Scholastic Aptitude Test, but no more like that. So, SAT does not have any full form right now. It was owned, published, and developed by College Board now. Earlier, it was ETS, Educational Testing Services. It still administers the test, but it does not own or does not publish or develop the test anymore. The current SAT of ours was introduced in 2005. It's a 3-hour and 45 minutes long test. Scoring 600 to 2400. Each section is for 800, and nobody is going to score less than 200 in any of the sections. So that's the minimum you score, even if you're not doing anything in all the 3 sections. Oh, I'm so sorry about 0. Let's take a deeper look into these sections. So talking about the critical reading section. Now, critical reading, again, 800 points, has 3 parts. So you have 3 critical reasoning sections, 3 writing sections, and you have 3 math sections. And plus you can see a bubble up over here. That's for the experimental section. So that tells you your entire test has 10 sections. That means 9 plus 1. Now let's take a look. Critical reasoning will always start with sentence completion. In total, that means in these 3 sections, you have 19 questions. So initially, you'll have sentence completion questions. Then we move on to short and extended passages. That means either you'll have a short passage or you'll have a long passage or you'll have both in the 3 sections. In totality, you're going to have 48 questions based on short reading and long reading. Your total reading questions would be 67. This is where you have your passages. I'll just change the color. This is where you have your passage. This is where you have vocabulary. That means fill in the blanks and everything else. Total, you have 67 questions. You get 70 minutes to do this. Now, the 70 minutes consists of 25 minutes, 2 sections, and 1 section which has 20 minutes. So, this 67 questions are divided into 70 minutes with 2 sections of 25 and 1 section of 20 minutes. Talking about the writing section. Writing is actually about grammar. Not a beautiful thing to look at, but then grammar plus you have essay. So you'll have identifying sentence error based on grammar, improving sentences based on grammar, improving paragraph again based on grammar. You have essay writing. That's okay. Remember, this is always your section 1. Although all these other sections are not fixed, but then essay writing, this is always fixed. It's always section 1. The other section which is fixed is section number 10. Section 10 is not experimental. Just mind this. Experimental section, we don't know which one it is. But then improving sentences, if I say, it's divided into 2 parts. 11 plus 14. So if I'm good with math, 11 plus 14, yeah, 25. This 14 question set over here is always your section 10. This will give you 10 minutes, as you can see over here. So total, you get 60 minutes. You have 25 minutes essay, and you have section which has 18 plus 11 plus 6. That means 35 questions, which is for 25 minutes. And you have 1 essay, which is for 25 minutes. So what all this tells you is that you have 60 minutes and a lot of questions to do. So time management is a big time issue on your writing. Now, looking towards the math section, because the time issue and the other things will be discussed into details in our coming videos. So, reading section as well as writing section will be discussed further. Let's take a look towards the math section. First of all, calculator is permitted. It's a good thing that calculator is permitted, but then not all the time you really require a calculator, because there are questions which are like really easy. You just need to know a few tricks. For those tricks, again, you need to refer to the videos in our math section. Now, maths will have multiple choice questions. There are 44 questions, and will have gridded questions. Now, multiple choice questions where you have A, B, C, D, E, and you have to select the best one. Gridded, where you don't have answer choices. You have to figure out the answer and write it down. The good part about the gridded section is that it does not have negative marking. So, no negative. It's a great thing. Total there are 54 questions. So that automatically tells you that all other questions, for each question wrong, you get a -1 on 4. And for each question correct, of course, you get a +1. But only on this section, you don't get any negative points. You again have 7 minutes for your maths, 70 minutes for your maths, and you have 25 minutes and 20 minutes ka one section. So you have 25 minutes, 2 sections, and you have 20 minutes, 1 section. Looking at reading and maths, if you can observe, you have 70 minutes, you have 70 minutes. Here you have only 60 minutes. That gives you a clue that writing is a new section being introduced. Before 2005, writing section wasn't there. Now, you need to probably go through a few colleges' website, because there are colleges who do not look at your writing score. They're looking for good reading and good maths score, but not all. There are very few colleges who do that. So these are a kind of few things that you can go through and check on college website, or you can check for the other videos where we discuss about the college admissions and the other stuff. Anyways, your total test time would be 3 hours and 45 minutes, as you already know. Now, there are a few other things that we'll discuss probably into more details in our coming videos. So refer to the next video for critical reasoning section and the writing section. See ya.